All right. Welcome, everybody. Monday afternoon. Monday afternoon pregame, man. I think by the time this season is over, we're probably going to end up going live on a pregame every single day, with the exception of maybe Wednesday, fellas. Because you got Monday afternoon football. We had Tuesday night football. You got Thursday and Sunday and Monday, obviously. That just leaves
By
Wednesday,
the time the
Friday,
season is over.
and Saturday. We know we're gonna get a Saturday pregame eventually later down the line. So if there's a possibility, not the possibility, if there is a Saturday scheduled, then that increases the likelihood we're gonna have a Friday pregame. So that just leaves Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday is the only day you won't see us. And for that, if you're already on this live in the comments, that means you are subscribed. So good job. High five to you. But
The
if you
two
aren't
people.
subscribed yet, you should be subscribed because you just never know when we're going to come. We got football, soccer, basketball, even though it's the off season, 94 feet of life, going to come at you at least once a week with a show. I know what's that? Soccer, football, basketball, and baseball. World Series now. So these next week or so, the baseball guys might go live like 5, 6 times, depending on how many games it takes the Dodgers to win the World Series. But
And that's not a spoiler.
that's right,
That's a
Germ.
prediction.
That's right, Germ. That's right, Germ. How we feeling, fellas? We feeling all right before we get going? Give people the chance to get settled in.
Man, I'm in my bag. I told y'all in the chat. I pulled up with a book bag the size of Macaulay Culkin. Let's go.
I've been walking around with a cup of
Listen.
coffee the size of Macaulay Culkin, but that's all right. Vic, you feeling all right?
I've been annoyed with the way the schedule is going for the NFL right now, but
Why?
it's football. I still gotta love football. Still got love for football. Still got love for talking football. So I'm ready to argue with Germ right now.
Listen,
I'm ready
I'm
to
done.
go in at him.
I'm done with work for the day. So had we not had football, I'd have been sitting here for 3 hours watching Marcelin until Monday Night Football comes on. Instead, fellas, this is what we call a segue in the biz, right, Germ? The TV biz. We call this a segue.
Wait.
All right.
Segue.
Instead, what we got is Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Mediocre Allen. Josh Allen, my bad. But before we get to that, we got two great matchups to talk about. And we're not going to keep y'all here too long today. It's 2 games. We're not going to keep y'all here that long. But before kickoff, which is in about 25 minutes comes, you will be well on your way, and our faces will not be on your screen no more. Thankfully, some of you may be saying. But regardless, you're not here to look at our faces. You're here for our football views. Let's get to it. Fellas, week 6. I put this in midnight views, and if you haven't seen it yet, check it out, views22.com. Go to click the blog, read the blog. After the blog, click the online store, get you some fresh gear. I put in that midnight views. That's right, Jerm. I put in that midnight views that yesterday was the first day it felt like football was officially back. It had nothing to do with the ass whooping that the Buccaneers gave Aaron Rodgers. It just felt like football was back. You had teams where it looked like, okay, this is who we are, this is what we do well, and this is how we can execute. You saw that from a few teams. You saw that from Pittsburgh. You saw that from Atlanta, ironically. You saw that from Tennessee and Houston in what was a very good game. You saw that from Tampa slightly, which is they're still far ahead. You saw from Green Bay how quickly they can just unfold. So there was a few things to take away from yesterday. Vic, let's start with you today. You got that hat on, so you got to bring it. You put that hat on, you got to bring it. You trying to convince me to turn him on and add him to my playlist. I'm here for some hot takes. What you see yesterday?
Listen. It takes a real hip hop fan, all right, to respect this man. Okay, so yeah.
I'm not saying I don't respect
we call it
him.
out. We're calling that out.
Aye. Go ahead. We only got 25 minutes.
Yeah. I'm looking through my notes from yesterday and, going over my picks, my predictions from yesterday. And this is why I hate to do it. You know what I mean? I want to partake in what we're trying to do. This is for the culture. But damn, it was bad yesterday. It was pretty damn bad yesterday. Jeremy's smiling over there because I feel like it looks like he won another week.
Yes, he did.
Rams versus 49ers. The Rams had a chance to really bury the 49ers. And even like it was so bad, the performance, that even Aaron Donald, I'm waiting to watch the film to see what the 49ers did against them. Because he was kind of quiet yesterday.
Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm eager to see that tape myself.
Right. So I talked about how the Rams scheme to get him one-on-one matchups on the offensive line, and it looks like the 49ers did a good job. I am also looking at the Falcons and the Vikings. Okay. I thought that the Vikings can continue to bury the Falcons, take them to 0-6, and make a run for the playoffs, and instead they take a L as well.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez. They choked that up. And the Texans-Titans game was pretty good. It was a good game. It was a good battle. I know Mo and I picked the Texans. Titans came out and showed the football team that that they can be. And Henry's got to be put in the MVP conversation.
Yes.
I mean, he put that team on his shoulders. And then more, Germ, what we not gonna do. What is Germ? So we'll get to my homie next. What we not gonna do is you're not gonna tell me on our chats in private that Baker may not be the guy for Cleveland. This kid.
Wait a minute. Just quick breaking news. The Titans are not going to have any draft picks or forfeits a game. Just a fine for what? Yeah, I know. But go ahead. We'll talk about that later. I just want to give that breaking news on the air. Go ahead, Vic. Keep going.
What we not gonna do? Okay, the kid was playing with some broken ribs. What I hear might be some broken ribs. That's not confirmed. Okay, had to take some shots before the game. Okay, so the coach put him on the bench to protect the kid. All right, there was a lot of guys going to the bench by the fourth quarter, aka Aaron Rodgers. So, you know what I'm saying?
I like how you did that. That was kind of
Baker. You're gonna slow down on Baker. All right, you're gonna pump those brakes on Baker. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk.
All right, now
wait. Before you go, let me just y'all go ahead now. Get me out of the way. What you got, Jim? I just want to watch.
He look like he about to pull out some. What's he doing? There ain't no film. You ain't pulling out no film. There's nothing to talk about film yet.
No. We can talk about the film later.
Let's talk about Baker. Let's talk about Baker.
Hey, let me. It's time to do. Okay, that's what we doing. I'm pulling like we in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now it's on now, Chief. All right. So number one, there is two rants that I want to go on, and Baker is one of them. Baker is not a championship quarterback, bro. Period. Why is he not a championship quarterback? Listen, now I got this research that I'm doing. Ooh, sticky tabs all over my desk. I'm going over every Super Bowl winning quarterback since 1990. Okay? Now, every Super Bowl quarterback since 1990, we got a couple of trends. We got the majority of these guys are on rookie contracts. The only guy on this list that repeats that's not in a rookie contract, we got Brady and we got Eli once. The rest of these folks, Drew was a free agent signing. Ben was actually in his rookie contract when he won both times. So we have a situation on our hands here where rookie contracts, even with Carson Wentz and the Eagles, Nick Foles just happened to be the starting quarterback, but you drafted Carson Wentz number 2 overall that year with Cleveland when you traded from 8-2. The thing that we see that's a consistent thing is if you don't win with your rookie quarterback under the salary cap, you probably 9 out of 10 times do not win with him.
So that has nothing to do with the Brady, Patriots, Bill Belichick era.
If we put that in there, Vic, I'm not gonna. This is the one thing we are. I'm gonna be fair. I'm being fair to Baker and being fair to all quarterbacks when I say this. Mm-hmm. Brady can be a part of that, but Brady is not the reason why Peyton didn't win more Super Bowls. Peyton is a contribution to that because Peyton did beat Brady a couple of times, and Peyton did throw an interception in a Super Bowl game that he had no business throwing. Peyton also did have some very head-scratching performances in his career when it came down to him being in the playoffs. Same thing for Drew Brees. Same thing for Aaron Rodgers. Same thing for Matt Ryan. Same thing for all of these people. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not necessarily that Baker's a bad quarterback. It's just he's not a championship winning quarterback.
So you don't think he's going to reach that top 5, top 7 elite?
The Browns have a couple of things this is a problem with organizations all around the league. And this is a rant I wanted to get into in general. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they will not win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson as a starting quarterback. I'm willing to go on a limb and guarantee it. The Browns with Baker Mayfield and Odell Beckham on the same team, especially, will not win a Super Bowl. It just won't happen, bro.
Yeah.
You have to have a dominating defense, and you have to be able to run the ball. Bro, Vic, even the Cleveland running game doesn't look the same right now.
Well, they don't have Nick Chubb.
And Chubb is at a different level, bro, compared to Kareem Hunt.
No doubt.
And I'm saying all of that to say, bro, and just to keep it right on track, because this is going to be really a lot more of this that we're going to cover.
Hell yeah.
Super Bowl winning quarterbacks have certain qualities. Wentz played his ass off yesterday, which is why I cannot shut the door on him potentially winning another one. Because if you watch that game yesterday, that man didn't have 80% of his offensive line. The receivers were dropping balls, running the wrong routes, in the wrong place at the wrong time. Just everything went wrong. And they still lost because Doug Peterson's retarded ass decided to go for fucking 2 points in the fucking first half. Click the check. Click the check, Mo. I'm sick of this nigga.
That ain't a check mark. Anyways, let's just move on.
I'm sick of him.
No, but
Doug Peterson threw his team under the bus again with that 2-point conversion analytics bullshit. If you kick the field goal, they made 2 2-point conversions, Mo. So if you make 2 2-point conversions, bro, you're still in the game. But those 2 2-point conversions were obviously their best plays. Then you come back and you run that.
Yeah, I think we've been talking about this for about maybe the last year or so. It might be over for Doug in Philly, and I think after what we've been seeing the last few weeks, it's got to be over for Doug in Philly. Now, there's already reports that are starting to come out from Philly of just tension, not necessarily in the locker room, but between management, from Howie to Doug to Jim Schwartz. Now, I haven't confirmed any of those reports, and I didn't see Schefter or Rappaport confirm any of that stuff, or Albert Breer or Tom Pelissero or any of those guys, or Jane Slater, shout out Jane Slater, or any of those guys who do an excellent job with the reporting. I haven't seen any of them talk about it, but usually when you start to hear these rumblings, eventually something's going to come out. And I just think, just to tie it all, those are some of the things I learned. One of the things I learned is that it is not learned, confirmed. I'm going to go confirmed. I have 3 confirmed takeaways from yesterday. My first one, Doug Peterson has got to go. Howie, I'm not going to push out the door because I don't know how Howie makes his decisions. Does he make his decisions solely
Howie got to go too, bro. Howie got to go too, especially after this draft.
So that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. Howie has already shown that he can construct a Super Bowl roster. That in alone buys you benefit of the doubt, because he built a roster that was very, very excellent. It was the best roster in football that year. So what I'm saying is, we don't know if Howie is drafting solely off of his scouting department and his thoughts, or is he gauging some of the coaching staff, including primarily Doug Peterson, and making those decisions off of that. Now, obviously, he's the one that makes the decisions. So yeah, he's not short of criticism, but I'm not sure that Howie has done or not done enough where it's time for his job to be in jeopardy. At the end of the day, though, Doug Peterson, his job is more than in jeopardy. And I just believe, I'm not trying to disrespect him or any way like that. He seems that he might be a one-hit wonder. And again, you can't write a book called Fearless and then punt the football just to tie. Get those books off the shelves, Chiefs. Second takeaway. Tom Brady and a good defense is all you need to win a Super Bowl. That's it. You don't need great offensive line play. You don't need spectacular receivers. You don't need shutdown corners. If you have a good defense, and Tampa has a very good defense, if you got a good defense and Tom Brady, you are a legitimate Super Bowl contender, no matter what. Third and final thing that I took away and confirmed, and I don't want to hear it again, Carson Wentz and Deshaun Watson are good at football. That's it. I ain't got to explain it. I ain't got to pull out the film. I ain't got to give you my reasons. If you need reasons, go watch Bocce Ball. Fellas, let's dive into these games because we got 14 minutes. That's more than enough time. 7 minutes of heaven each game.
I ain't even get my 3. But look, we're gonna let y'all.
Oh, my bad. I thought you went Baker.
No.
I'm sorry. No, give you third. Give you third. No, give you third.
No, but here's it's just really simple. The third thing that I took away from this weekend, to be honest with you, is there is a gap. There is a substantial gap in coaching, in common sense, and just in football in general. It's a total gap.
Yeah.
And this week, bro, with the things that we seen between Aaron Rodgers, between between all of these games, even the games that were tough, with the Tennessee Titan game, Mo, kickers matter.
Yes.
If you got a kicker that can't kick field goals, please report to whatever hometown y'all in. Just go home, because there ain't no point to even play the 60 minutes. Gutowski almost cost him the game twice. It's always a kick being blocked. It's always he's missing an extra point. It's always something, bro. They had no business even getting to overtime.
I hear you on that. Kickers matter, and the kicking matters.
That's part of my common sense. Kickers matter.
Yes, kickers do matter, but I do think guys like Gostkowski and Zerline and even Steven Hauschka, and I could think of a few other guys, but those 3 guys are the first ones that come to mind. They're going to struggle. They're going to miss some kicks. They're going to get some kick block field goals throughout the season. But January comes, and I can't name too many people other than those 3 kickers that I would want. Zerline's obviously for America's team now. Gostkowski, he won Tennessee a game a few weeks ago. And then obviously Hauschka, he was just released by the Jaguars. I don't know why they released him. Because the Jaguars are so used to bad kicking, so they see a guy miss a field goal, like, oh, gotta get him out of here. Nah, like some guys you just stick with when it comes to kickers. But let's move on because we got to get to these games real quick.
Yeah. Yep.
First one on the docket, really good one. You got the Chiefs versus the Bills. Over under is 55. KC, they suffered their first loss last week against the Las Vegas Raiders. The Bills, they got their first loss on a Tuesday versus probably the best team in the AFC. Yes, I said it. I apologize for picking against you yesterday. Won't happen again anytime soon. Some really good matchups here. Injury report real quick. Osemele, the outstanding guard, he's out for this game. Sammy Watkins, he's out for this game. And Mitchell Schwartz, right tackle out of Cleveland for so long, he's questionable in this game, but he should play. On Buffalo side, John Brown is questionable, but he should play. Trey White, I literally got it on my TV right now and following Twitter. I don't know if I missed it. He's a game time decision, so that should probably come on the air soon. It's probably available by now somewhere, but it wasn't available before we went live. Dawson Knox is out. Matt Milano is out. That's a big one. The outstanding linebacker, he's out in this game. Quentin Spain, guard, he's also out in this game. But the good news is Tremaine Edmonds, their fantastic linebacker, he's active, and their rookie running back Zach Moss is also back, and that's good because you need as many running backs as you possibly can put on the field to help out Josh Allen. Vic, that's not even shade. Vic, give me a quick breakdown on this game.
Yeah, a couple things, man, I'm looking forward to in this game. First, you got 2 of the most lively arms in the NFL right now with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. I'm looking for Allen to kind of bounce back. Let's see where you are in your progression. Bounce back from last week's game. This is a very opportunistic defense, but if you get rolling against this defense in the passing game, you can definitely throw against them. The protection is going to be very important for him, but also the running game, like you said. And I mean, to Stephon Diggs, I mean, they've been putting up some good numbers together, especially on their deep ball and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to Josh Allen showing us that he can be back in the MVP race. Patrick Mahomes looking a little shaky last week. All right, you know what I'm saying? You got. I'm looking forward to the matchup with the Bills interior defensive line versus the Chiefs interior offensive line. I think that Ed Oliver is gonna give them some issues, especially with Asameli Kaleki Asameli out. Right, that's how you pronounce his name.
Yes.
But you know,
yes.
let's see if they can get him moving in and out of the pocket. That's why that's where you see some of the inconsistency on his throws. Put some pressure in his face. I'm looking forward to the Bills kind of giving Pat some issues tonight.
Hold the prediction. Hold the prediction. Hold the prediction. Jerem, give me your thoughts on this game.
3 keys: Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, and my most important key tonight is going to be Devin Singletary. The difference in beating the Chiefs and the difference in beating the Bills you have to hit them in the mouth. The Chiefs are not going to hit them in the mouth. So this is actually going to be over under. It's going to be over. The Bills are going to score 27 to 35 points, and the Chiefs are going to probably score 40. And that's probably going to be something what we're going to talk about in a second. But the thing here is, and we're just going to be completely honest, Chris Jones is one of the best defensive tackles in football, and especially when he plays against these athletic quarterbacks. So if it's anybody that you want to be able to play against Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson's, Carson Wentz's, it's going to be Chris Jones. That's why he got the money he got. Tyrann Mathieu, hey man, Mr. Captain of the secondary.
Yes.
Mr. I can cover nickel, or I can cover out wide, or I can cover in space. It just is what it is.
It just is what it is.
Those two players for the Chiefs are the catalyst for their success. If you take those two players out of the game, you can beat the Chiefs any which way you want to, anytime, any place. So that's how it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass it to Mo, and then we'll come back to the predictions. But that's those my 3 keys.
So I mean, you guys got the gist of it. I don't just keep it as short as possible on this. You talked about Tyrann Mathieu and everywhere he can go. Well, the key to that, why is that significant? Not only can you put him in certain ways to match up in the passing game, just to help out in the run game, more importantly, you can put him in different places to disguise and then confuse a quarterback. And a quarterback like Josh Allen, it's very easy to disguise him and to confuse him and to get him rattled. So again, against a lot of these young quarterbacks, I got a rant coming on this later. Everybody keeps telling me about how all these athletic quarterbacks are more valuable because they can escape pressure and get out the pocket. Let me tell you something. There is no athletic ability that is necessary to escape pressure. All right. It is all about how you maneuver in the pocket and the alleys that you can find. Now, obviously, coming out of the pocket can help. It helps you see the field. You don't got to worry about batted balls where, guys can get open more because obviously there's more time to cover. So, yes, there's advantages, but there's no getting away from pressure. And there's no getting away from just sitting behind the line and trying to understand exactly what a defense is doing to you. And until you can get those two things down to a level where you can execute better than not, you're going to have a hard time winning football games when it matters. And when it comes down to me, is that Josh Allen can't do it and Patrick Mahomes can do it. So I'm going to just start off with the predictions on this one, fellas. I'm going with the Chiefs, and I'm going with the Chiefs to win this game 35-24. Vic?
Wow. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills to upset this, the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I think it is going to be a shootout. Josh Allen will hit these guys deep, and I'm going to go with 38-37 field goal.
Jerem, what you got on this? Give me your predictions and your thoughts.
Give me the Chiefs 42-32. Okay. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just think at the end of the day, the key thing here is going to be this. One thing that we can't come back for is, even as good as Tre'Davious White is, I think the speed could play a factor here in this game more than we ever thought. Because when they do this thing, when they do that empty set with all of those receivers and they call three of those routes vertical, Bills won't have very much that they can do with that. I just, just being honest. So give me the Chiefs today, 42-32. Because I think we all around 500 this week because this was a tough week. So I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't
bust
want to
out
talk
right
about
quick.
it. I just don't want to talk about it. All right, fellas, we got about 5 minutes to cover this game for the next one. And we're just gonna dive right into it. You got Arizona at Dallas. Over under is 55. Arizona 1 point. They're getting a point, so 1 point road underdog. Key injuries in this game for Arizona. The only starter that's out is J.R. Sweezy on the offensive line. You got DJ Humphries that's questionable. He's a game time decision, so keep an eye on that. And then Devon Kennard, he's a special teams and a defensive rotational type of player. Not the most significant guy, but certainly a guy that's quality depth. You hear us always talk about quality depth. And as far as the Cowboys are concerned, they don't have anybody on the injury report, but that's not necessarily a good thing. All that means is everybody else is on IR. They got about 5 to 6
and not coming back.
Right, for the year. You got about 5 to 6. You got the 2 offensive linemen, obviously Dak Prescott. They just added Sean Lee a while ago, not long ago, to the injury reserve. Good news though, DeMarcus Lawrence full go, and they have Leighton Vander Esch back. And I think it is so important for the Cowboys to have those 2 linebackers playing together as much as possible, because we talk about their struggles, particularly what Vic always mentions, that read, react, finish. They can finish, they just don't read and react very well. And I think that is the best, most efficient bottom line way to talk about these 2 young, athletic, gifted, but still leaving a lot to be desired linebackers. This is going to be a very good game. Vic, if you could, my man, 1 minute or less, prediction and analysis.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, we got obviously Andy Dalton is going to be in for the Cowboys, but I think that they're going to be able to pass against this secondary. You're going to see Patrick Peterson against Mari Cooper, but other than that, with CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, who have been developing really well, I think that they'll be able to score a lot of points. I'm looking for Dalton to get 300 yards in this game. I think he showed some good things last week, and I think he'll continue on that. Of course, Ezekiel Elliott, going to see a lot more Zeke and stuff like that. On the Arizona side, again, how are you going to be able to attack these linebackers? We need to see more running from this football team. There's been a lot of passing. It is a pass-heavy scheme, but they need to get Drake and Emmons involved because, again, you can expose those very talented but yet linebackers that are developing for the Cowboys. There was one other thing I wanted to say about this game, but I think I'll just go with a prediction. I think, but okay, yeah, both teams they're still in the race in their divisions, but they need to win this game. So I think it should be a good fight. But I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win this game. I think it's gonna be another tight game. I'm gonna go 34-31 Cowboys.
Okay. Germ.
Here, let me just help y'all out real quick and make this 10 seconds or less. It's really simple. Andy Dalton, Kyler Murray. Give me Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray, Kyler Murray. Road runner for the win. Meet. 35-24 Cardinals.
Okay. Let me tell you this, right? I think to me, one thing that we're forgetting is that Chandler Jones is not in this game. And then another thing that Vic touched on, it's going to be a lot more Zeke. And the last 25 weeks or whatever for the Cowboys has been a lot of Dak. And there's been raised a lot of questions about Zeke. Zeke, we here at Views at the Scene, we believe in you. We think you probably the best in the league. And I think this is a prime opportunity for Ezekiel Elliott and Andy Dalton and this Dallas Cowboys team that's very talented to just say, hey, man, we're going to be all right. Mainly because your division is horrible. I'm going with the Cowboys in this game, man. I like Vic says, I expect heavy on the run game, and I expect just not as a good performance as people might think from the Cardinals defense. Andy Dalton is all right. So give me the Cowboys to win this game. You said 34-31. I don't know if I'm gonna go that high. I'm gonna go 24-20 Dallas. That's about it. We gotta get out of here. Make sure you join us, Views from the 22 Facebook group, where we are putting a game thread up for tonight's games. Make sure you follow us on the scene, THESCEN, because you never know when we're going to go live. And you could always reach out to us, to 94 Feet of Life, to The Dish, Stoppage Time FC, Between the Rounds, Petty Gaming Group. You could always reach out to us for any other merchandise, including that beautiful Ball U Hungry Humble Hustle that Vic has hang up behind of him from Ball U University. Shout out to you. Shout out to the crew. Views from the 22. We'll see y'all later.